Mr. White? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. Willie, it's nothing. White, Mia? Uh-oh. She looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please! You know we're going into this utterly defenseless. And Mr. Powers is truly innocent. We should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix. Today. It's that or lose this trial. This isn't going to be easy. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Ezra, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact had come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present in the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it will be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession? How they get? They don't know me. I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai noob ROFL. Salmonella. I'm a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. He doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. I was at the studio from around 9 o'clock that morning. In the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I heard that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 p.m. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Oh, right. That's the limp. Which of course led to me missing my lunch. ROFS. ROFS? Rolling on the floor, starving? So in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, no steak, at least. Can't you believe it? That must have been tough. Phoenix, yeah? Isn't something about that seem odd to you? Yeah, Disney mod, now that you mention it. Mr. Manila. What do you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates. The same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? Good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I thought I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later. Clearly a man who likes to eat. I'd suspect as much. So, when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 hour break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then. A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. They took a break in that meeting. That contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. What were you discussing? It's just Samurai Story and our budget. Get this. The sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manila, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can't all believe it? Actually, I kind of can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting? You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not one. What's he saying so much about? I wonder. If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second! Mr. Miller, you just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate a T-bone steak during a break? Oops! Oh, Ethel! Well... Mr. Manila, what's this all about? Oh, well... Yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job! If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manila, your testimony, please. Uh-oh, Edgeoff is laughing. Yeah, FWIW, we took a break. OFL. It was only 15 minutes. 15? That's only 13 in base 12. I have time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, lol. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. What time exactly did you take this break? I think it was from around 12:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30. That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed him, and come back. Guess it's possible time-wise. Why is that?
Objection!
Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor! The testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio One. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in this trailer went to Studio One? Well, Mr. Wright? Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio One? I don't want to write off so many possible suspects. But I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio at that time. Aha! I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way! At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio's mascot head. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over? Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as it follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also quite clear that none of those people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regard to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we have indeed decisive evidence. A witness! Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? I witnessed on the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for the recess. What do we do now, Mia? Everyone in that trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before. Not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? Kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powell. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us, and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai heroes to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is of grade school of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. I see Edge of taking the more high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on? Oh, right. Go on. Please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness? What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Ugh. Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackett. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edwards. Please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, Cody. He's having trouble with his gentle thing. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident? You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you Gramps with the beard over there? Just... Mr. Ezra will be fine. I've heard beard, gentlemen, thank you. A very long day. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission, if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid, and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, I wonder if he had the camera the day of the murder. You better make a note of that in the court record. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal, just once! I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was a Steel Samurai! It totally walked! Right before my eyes! Out came the bad guy! Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down! Pow! If I had my camera with me, I would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child. This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Uh-oh. Was I putting the person on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's, a digital camera, Your Honor? It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai roars. Ah, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. Still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops! How should I play this? Cody. What? Something's bothering me. Before, you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Yet you missed the most important part.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of Yimoto uses a samurai slap! My point is this! Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight. But you missed the most important part, the killing blow! Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital? That's the thing. Phoenix! I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight?
Take that!
Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness said that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah! Correct? Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Bob? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right, Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah? Well, Phoenix, I bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The system I had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. That's all? Yeah! I told you I didn't take a picture! I would have, once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody! Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture! Hey! Bullseye! How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. That's one of my powers. Wow. This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
Objection!
Cody! What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just want to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Would you keep it for your album? Ah! Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims that a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day! Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see pictures of it in his album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No, wait, no way! Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. and what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually... Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win! That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way! No! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! He never loses to anyone! Ever! Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. And to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. I will have order. Witness, Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Cody, that day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. That he didn't move. Order! What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? If you understood what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim! Don't you see? Jackhammer was the Steel Samurai! Order! So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jackhammer? That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jackhammer was present at the accident scene 1-3 that morning. Plus, he honestly knew about Will Powers' foot injury. But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Mrs. Oldbag said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see old Paul Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jackhammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, I put on my digital camera! What? Show us! Quick! No way, man! How if you're gonna look at me like that? Now! Yeah, this is it. Well, look at this. It's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This is decisive evidence. I'm sorry. This doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix! Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor! May I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in the photo. Find inconsistency in the photo.
Take that!
Your Honor, look at this! I see. A gate? Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number. Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Certainly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible. Huh? What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be sucked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo, Your Honor. Here in the true scene of the crime.
Take that!
Here, at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the number took place in Studio 2. The path to the trailer is blocked! So we have her. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time! Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true! Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2! As you may recall, there was a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Dee Velasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. Order! Order! The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard Mr. Orbeck saw was a victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2!
Objection!
This is madness! Jack Hammer is the victim! The victim! Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole a costume. I have proof! You do? You do, Mr. Wright? I'm just so surprised. Suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. This is it. An empty medicine bottle? I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The labels read sleeping pills. Pills, that pronunciation was off. Sleeping pills? The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. An idea? Very well. Let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. Huh? I suppose you're right. Very well. This court will take possession of the bottle. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Mrs. Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did not have time to commit murder. Those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright. Yes, you are. Your homework is to find the answer to the following questions. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth. You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during that trial. Me too. Really? Both seem so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Dead? Of course we're kidding. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right. Thanks.